Hey man, how you doing?
Trevor,
Good to see ya.
like sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I can just I can give you like a quick introduction when you're ready to get started, and then yeah, the show is yours, man, and I'll be here for whatever you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Tiffany Tucker come. I'm pretty sure you know her. She's gonna be here as my special
Yeah.
guest. And
Tucker?
some of my other accountability role play partners, they'll come too. I may or may not call on them. It depends on the flow of things.
Okay.
How
Great.
much time do you have? About an hour?
Yeah, yeah. 45 minutes an hour, what like yeah, whatever you need on that.
Okay. Yeah, so we're all good.
Mhm.
Um, Tiffany, unmute, please.
Yes.
What did I ask you?
What?
Let your hair down, please.
Embarrassing me. Okay.
All right.
All
How,
right.
how you doing, Tiffany? It's
Good.
good to see
How
you
you
again.
doing, Trevor?
Good. It's good to hear you.
Good. So we all set.
So we're all set. I'm going to do a share my screen.
Hmm.
I need you because when I stop, I want you to take over and I want you to be ready for your slides and your screen so you can control your flow.
Okay, so let me get on here.
Yeah. So I'm testing.
So mine should be in the
Wait. Trevor, you see me my screen moving? I'm looking.
I see it. Yep, yep. You're all good.
Try yours.
oh man, hold up. I forget it's in the slides. It's not in the docs. Okay. Jerome, let me see yours.
What, my slides?
What's your slide number 2? Is that the one with the calendar check?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah. So we're in the same. You ready?
Yes.
No, you're not.
It's too late if we not. Let's go.
You nervous?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh,
You are. Well, go ahead.
no, I'm not. I'm not nervous.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
up to. Once it's here, it's over. Yeah. So, hi, Stephanie. You let her in? Trevor?
Yep, Stephanie's in. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna get on ECC real quick.
Use your phone. Stay here. But you can share your screen, man. You know how to share your screen?
Who?
You
Oh yeah, but we don't have to share my screen.
do have to share your screen. You're going to have to share your screen when it's your presentation and your flow. I don't want to control I want you to do it and run at your pace. Hey, Sheila.
So you want me to share my screen when it's time?
Yes, ma'am. I'll call on you from time to time, but mostly I'm going to say, hey, I want you to take over your flow so I don't mess up your flow. You can move at your pace. Sheila, I always love your hair.
Thank you, sir. You know I'm here just for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jose, my brother.
Oh, hey.
Let's see you, brother. You know our rules. We want to see faces.
Man, I'm out.
Okay.
I gotta go back to my slides. So you want me when I share it,
Yeah. When it's
share
your
my slideshow?
when it's your section, share your slide so you can control your
Okay.
phone. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're ready.
Yeah, we got people coming in, so we'll give it just a couple more minutes. Like they'll start coming in either a couple minutes or a couple minutes after. But
So
whenever
usually,
you're ready, Jerome, just let me know. I'll give you just a quick intro for you and Tiffany, and then yeah, let you rock and
I'm
roll.
ready at 3 o'clock. I think people that show up late should be penalized, but it's
Then
up
we're
to you.
starting at 3 o'clock. Then we'll
Okay.
start at 3.
Start at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jerome, you're looking sharp as usual.
Thank you. Pink representing.
I did the ECC post, so.
Okay.
Hello, Kiko. Always loyal.
It's 2:59.
Jerome, how you doing the questions?
Trevor, we can open up for questions.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whenever you
What's
like to open up for questions, you can definitely do that. No problem.
Okay. What's our time? Is it 60 minutes, 45? What do you recommend?
So we've done 45 minutes, we can do 60 minutes. We have set for an hour. So whatever you want to do in between then, that's your block. Mhm.
All right, sure thing. It's
We're,
3.
we're Yep, and we're ready to start. So people will start coming in. But everybody, welcome to this week's Vulcan 7 Mastermind, where we've been inviting top producing agents, coaches, brokers, influencers, guests who to be able to influence and show how we can be able to really thrive in this time in the market. This week, we're very excited to be able to have Jerome Lewis, who is a top producing agent. He's been a very vocal and a great cheerleader on our Take 52 community. You've probably heard him there. He is also known as Mr. Implementation, as I would want to, it's a kind of a tongue twister, Mr. Implementation, and also a top author. So if we'll have here, he's written quite a number of books, real estate marketing here. So he's got a ton of incredible information, a lot of great resources, and a lot of insight in the real estate market. And but we're very excited to have him. So Jerome, as well as Tiffany, who is also going to be here and giving us a bit of instruction as well. We're very happy to have you here. But Jerome, I'm gonna pass it off to you.
Thank you, Trevor. I like to be on time. I'm a professional, so it's 3 o'clock. It's 3. I want to start right away. I need some engagement from the audience, though. I like to interact with the audience. So I need people to type in the chat if they can see my screen. Just a little chat real quick. Please type yes. I see 20 people, so I expect at least 10 guesses in that chat, and we can move forward. I see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So let's get moving. I have a lot of information that I want to deliver. Tiffany kept me in check. She's like, you got to take some of this stuff away, because I try to make sure I deliver as much as possible. Sheila, you've been in some of my classes before. I deliver so much information, sometimes it can be overwhelming. So I'm going to do my best to slow down a little bit and deliver information in bite-sized chunks so you can actually understand and learn here today and take what you're learning and implement. So Trevor was introducing me, mentioned, he said implementation. I'm known for implementation. I'm known as a coach for implementation. I'm really great at marketing. Talk about today, we're going to talk about 3 secrets to making money fast, and it's going to be in relevance to like outbound calling, right? We're on a Vulcan platform, and they do outbound calling. They provide an outbound calling tool, resource, and community, and it's really helpful. It actually changed my life. So I want to share some stuff here. Now, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about today is what works today. We're not talking about 10 years ago. We're not talking about 5 years ago, and not even 1 year ago. We're talking about really relevant and recent as recent as today, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. I'm sharing what's current, right? So it said 2025, but we're like, this one of the things I appreciate about Tiffany and some of our other role play partners here. We do this now, right now, like today. So we're not talking about outdated advice or outdated methods, and I'm not talking about how to trick the seller or somebody into doing something they don't want to do. We're really big on being direct. And one of the reasons why is because I want to give perspective. Being direct, clear, and to the point is one of the most respectful things you can do for a person, because you save time. There's no need to beat around the bush. Okay. Now, I've gotten some feedback before where people say, this harsh truth is a phrase that I hear a lot. I don't really believe in that. But I found this quote, and it says, when you want to help yourself, you tell people what they want to hear. When you want to help other people, you tell them the truth. So what I'm going to try to do here today is make sure I tell the truth. I don't want to lie to you because I'm here to help. I'll tell people the truth because I'm here to help. It's not about me. Okay. A little bit of Trevor gave a little introduction. I just want to, because I buy houses, so I want to talk. Tiffany said, this is an opportunity for you to let people know what you do. So I primarily buy houses. I invest in houses. That's my primary game. I do a little bit of agency, but mostly I'm interested in buying houses to maintain and acquire wealth. I like to buy houses with low equity. I like to buy houses that can't sell traditionally in most cases. Like if there's a lot of problems involved in that house and the title, I like to get involved in those because I can make money from those. What you'll know as an agent is like, I've seen this, I started learning this over the past, since I become a recent, I started learning this over the past 2 years. Most agents believe that when there's not enough equity in a property, it's called for a short sale. There's other ways you can sell that property, and it does not always have to be short sale. So I wanted to share that. Trevor mentioned I've written a ton of books. I've even written a book on how you can sell that property with low equity, the short sale. I've even written a book on that. This is something that I deliver to my sellers when I go out to listing presentations and whatnot. I am a speaker. That's me. And then we have Tiffany. It's on you. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay, great. My name is Tiffany Tucker. I'm a successful associate broker here in New Orleans, a listing agent and real estate coach. Of course, I'm a mother, sister, fiance, daughter, and I am a work wife. Most of all, I love helping realtors by teaching and coaching them to success. Last but not least, I love pink. So,
Tiffany. Who you working with?
you, Jerome.
Y'all, like a lot. So here's what I want you to keep in mind. We're going to go through, I try to make things memorable. So this is an acronym I want you to pay attention to. It's easy to remember. M.A.C.E. Each one of these things means something. So pay attention. We're going to start with M. Here's something cool. Tiffany likes, I like blue. We're going to start with M. So I'm going to tell you my part, and I'm going to dive into that. So we're starting with M. Remember the acronym. It's going to be your way to remember how to be successful at this business. So the M stands for mindset. And what I want to talk about is the 3D mentality that will help you succeed with outbound calling. And what that means is it stands, I like to come up with acronyms and little memorable phrases. So 3D stands for threes. For you to be successful, you need dedication, which means you have committed a portion of your morning to do what's necessary. The calls, waking up early, working out, getting your mentality in shape and in order. The second, doing the work when you don't feel like it. Because a lot of times we don't feel like doing something, we don't feel a certain way, but you got to push through with your discipline. So that's one D, right? We got 2 D so far. And then D number 3 is determination. Tiffany helped me come up with this. Doing the work despite of any obstacles that come up. If you want to be successful, you need that 3D mentality. I want you to keep that in mind. The winner's mindset. Habits form mindset. The more frequently introduce one thing to your brain, the less thought is required. It's no longer, I do not feel like it. It's more of a, let's go do this. Let's go do what's required. Now, unconscious competence is what I know the phrase is. Tiffany's going to tell you what she means. She likes to call it, she a little corny, y'all. She call it fun, I call it corny. It's the same thing, right? So what I want you to do, Tiffany, is I want you to tell them about the brain power tab. You told me to put this in there.
Yes, the brain power tab. What that is when you do something continuously all the time, at the same time, it allows you to tap that brain and you no longer have to think about it. It becomes what we know as a habit. But in order to get that done, you have to continuously do the same thing. In reference to outbound calling, you don't want to change your script too much because you want your brain to tap on the script that you need to know. Therefore, you don't have to think about it anymore. Because after all, when you're on the telephone, you have to think about what your clients are saying so that you're able to answer back and have regular, natural conversation. So that's what the brain power tap is to me.
Okay,
Right.
and you had me insert this part here, 2.1. Can you expand on that, please?
The individual has had so much practice with skill that it has become second nature and can be performed easily. And that's exactly what it means. It means unconsciously, like it says, confidence. It means that you have practiced this script so much, you practice this skill so much, picking up the phone at the same time and consistently every day of the week. Therefore, you no longer have to think about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
You become habit. You get up at the same time, you get on the phone at the same time, and you say the same script.
Okay. And what's a good example for you, like a brain power tap that you do often?
Well, with ECC, of course, I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get on at 5:30, and it used to be difficult for me to do that, but now it's not even a thought. It's just I get up at 5 o'clock on the role play at 5:30, role play from 5:30 until 7. It has become so consistent that I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Thank you, ma'am. What you said ECC, nobody knows what that is except for us. Can you tell them what ECC is, please?
Well, East Coast Closers is a role play group that we're all a part of. And we are consistent, and we're even on the role play during the holidays. So when everybody was having their Thanksgiving dinner, we was on that morning doing our role play, and then we did our Thanksgiving dinner. It's just that consistent.
Because that's how dedicated, disciplined, and determined we are. We push through, right? That's what we did. Now, one thing, I'm not going to go into this a lot. We have a coach in our group. We built a successful community because of the Vulcan community. A lot of the people that we interact with and we meet, we have strong relationships with. I was talking to you about Tiffany. We have good relationships because of the community that Vulcan has provided. So they provide tools. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier was the community. Wouldn't be what we are today without the Vulcan community. So I wanted to shout that out. And one of the big factors that's different between our group, we have a coach within our group, and that coach is Tiffany. You're going to hear from her a little bit later. Okay, we're talking about mindset. So these are 3 myths, and we fought a little playfully about this. Tiffany was like, Jerome, I don't want you to put that stuff there. I said, okay, I want to share this because these are myths that people constantly spew, and I don't think they're all the way true. I think they need more context. So number 1, people do business with who they know, like, and trust. When it comes to this arena, like the outbound calling, they don't. I disagree. They don't necessarily like you, and it's my understanding and my experience that they've worked with people that they liked in the past. Some of them, they've done that. They've tried that already. So now they're like trying to figure out who to trust, what to trust. So that's the full context and the full story. Then number 2, people make decisions on just emotion. That's not true either, right? So the phrase is typically people make decisions based on emotion, but I think we get it confused, and I think we think people are just emotional. It's not true. People make decisions. Emotion plays a factor into it, but it's not the only driver. There are other drivers involved. It's emotion, it's logic, it's scarcity and urgency. You need all of them to move forward. Not just emotion, not just logic, not just urgency. And then number 3, cold calling. Tiffany, I want you to expand on this one. Cold calling we call this cold calling. It gets cold. Tiffany, what is cold calling? What's the definition?
Cold calling is calling individuals that are just sitting in their home, in their forever home, and you make a phone call and they haven't raised their hand to say that they want to call. They want to sell, right? Sorry, not call, sell. So that is the definition of cold calling. This lead is cold, not interested in any type of selling at all. But calling expireds, calling for sale by owners, for rent by owners, that is not considered a cold call because they've raised their hand and said they want to sell. Therefore, they're not cold.
Thank you, ma'am.
So outbound calling would be the definition of what we do when we're calling expireds, not actually cold calling.
So you're going to see a lot of success stories. I like to share success stories, proof. I don't like to talk about me very much. I like to share the results that I hope other people get. So this, I said recent. When I was talking a little bit earlier, I'm like, we're going to show you recent success. So this came in 1:05 today. This is from Terrell. This is one of our leaders in our accountability group. We had a call together, or we were working on a deal or a seller together from Vulcan. We called a gentleman. He was like, I don't want to sell off market. I'm a buyer. So I made him an offer. And now, as of today, about 2 hours ago, this buyer is willing to meet with Terrell because of the conversation we had, the way we're working together as a team. So the stuff that I'm here representing, I'm just an avatar of our group. It's an entire group. It's an entire system behind us. It's not just me. So I wanted to share that. We just got that today. We have so many wins and so many successes. It is insane. And Trevor, one of the things I want you to do is remind us to share these slides over because I want people to have access to them. We've included resources, and you can go deeper on the case study to understand for your liking. These are more recent case studies. I don't have dates on this, but we have a WhatsApp group where we share wins, successes, losses. We share all kinds of stuff in that WhatsApp group. Frank is part of that group, and he shared, but he shared a recent contract. He just had a buyer, and we congratulated him, right? We got support, we got accountability, we all got wins. There's so many wins, I couldn't fit everybody in here. Couldn't fit everything in here. We got another win in here. Terrell, this week, I don't know, within the last week, he just signed a contract for 5% commission. And he got 365 days on that, right? That's what Ms. Jacqueline is there. She's like, you signed that listing for a year? He took it for a year. But this is recent success, right? We're doing this today, right now, live, not like from 10 years ago. I appreciate our group. I'm going to talk about our group a lot. This is Matt. One of the things I love about Matt is that Matt is, I think he's 19. He's 19 or 20 years old.
He just turned 19.
He just turned 19? Yeah, so that's his coach right there. So Matt just had a win. He was making his calls. Matt was brand new to our group. He was brand new to the cold calling space, period. But he went out, he did the work, he got some accountability, he plugged into a group, and he went out and he secured a listing for 1.7 million. And I believe he got an offer for 1.6. I think they're working on that right now. So just by being consistent and dedicated, determined, and disciplined, Matt got that one.
So today I'm not doing a quote, but I'm here to
hear
get
that?
an announcement.
Yes, Sam? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I want to share this video. It's about 1 minute, 30 seconds. It's a couple of our people. And Tiffany, I'm playing it for you too because you missed it yesterday. So I'm going to share this other one that we recently had. This is all recent stuff. This happened Monday. This recent stuff, what we're doing right now.
And acknowledgement from our partner, to my one partner, Jerome. I'm acknowledging because from day one, this year I switched my business over from working with buyers stuff to lead generating and cold calling inspires. And I'm announcing it because from day one on January 1st, the brother told me that he needed me to be serious, get my things, get myself together, and show up and put in work. And I will say that me and him, we took some hits, we took some bruises in order for us to get this partnership together. But now our partnership is moving as a team. We're making the calls and we're getting these appointments, and we're actually working together to make business happen together. So take acknowledgement of him. We recently just closed our first deal as a partnership and team. So taking acknowledgement of him, I decided to cover our Vulcan 7 for the next 6 months. I've already prepaid up front for Jerome just a token of appreciation to make things happen. So I just want to say thank you, brother. I appreciate you, brother.
Wow, some words.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know you.
So I just want to
Jerome. Wow, respect.
please let me respond. So Arquan, thank you. That made me emotional. I ain't gonna cry, but that made me emotional. It touched my heart. I really appreciate it. And you know I've been here for you since you've been here. Not just talking, you're doing stuff. So thank you for that. I really, really do truly appreciate you. Thank you.
It's your son.
What is he? What is he? Say it.
It's the older son.
That's my son.
Mine too, Jerome. My son too.
All right. So the reason why I named in there is because I want you to see like our dynamic. Like we work together. We call ourselves a family. Like we're all connected. A lot of us. Like we don't just get up. We show up. We call it work, but we're connected. We have connections amongst each other. We're all over the state. We're on East Coast. So Tiffany said East Coast closes, but we're on East Coast. We got people in the Central time zone, and we even have people in a Pacific time zone. So we got a family all across the nation here in our group, and we really appreciate it. So I'm finished for now. My segment, Tiffany, it's on you. I'm going to share your screen, and you're sharing your screen. Does anybody have any questions before we do that? No questions. Tiffany, it's on you. You share your screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. We see your screen.
All right. So part of the acronym of A, we're talking about.
Wait. We need you to share. So I need you to go up in the upper right slideshow.
Okay. Well, let me get to here because when I click that slideshow, it would be.
Yes.
I want it to be. So see what I'm saying?
Yes. So disable, man. Disable.
All right.
Now,
Go down here.
Now do slideshow. No. Slideshow. White. No, white. There you go. I'm here.
All right. Okay, so my portion of this is the A. It's the art of the ask. And basically, I'm going to be talking about what we do. We do outbound calling. Okay. The group is formed around outbound calling, and that's what we're going to talk about as far as my segment of it, the art of the ask. There's 3 parts to a conversation, right? You acknowledge the situation, ask a relevant question, and assume the close. When you acknowledge, you repeat and affirm the seller's situation with natural language. I hear a lot here when you're repeating everything that an individual says. I'm really big on having natural conversations with individuals because that gives you a higher ratio of conversion. If you're speaking to people like you're a salespeople, like a salesperson or salesy, they're less inclined to listen to what you have to say. If you speak with them as if you are a friend of theirs and they're discussing their issues with not being able to sell their home, they're more inclined to listen. So when you're acknowledging a situation, you don't want to be so repetitive. Meaning that for example, if I say something like, "Oh, we're deciding not to put it back on the market," and your first reaction is to say, "Oh, you're not deciding to put it back on the market," and you ask your next question, then I say something and you repeat that repetitively again, that's not a natural language. That's not a natural conversation because people do not naturally just repeat every single thing that an individual says. Okay, that's not natural. Now you ask a relevant question. Relevant questions meaning what your prospect has said. You have a question to come behind that's relevant to what they just said. It's not pushing your agenda. It's relevant to what the conversation is at that moment in time. Assume the close. For example, it's 4 p.m. good. Or do you have 20 minutes at 4 p.m.? So you assume the close. And assume is mental. You assume this individual is going to want to meet with you because a lot of this is mental. Assume that they're going to say yes. Therefore, you will relay in your tone that you're looking for a yes. Okay, so that's an assumption of a close. Okay, understand that the prospects have scripts as well, and they have become very good at them. For as long as you have been an agent in an outbound calling, is as long as this prospect may have heard individuals such as yourself call them. Is it fair to say that y'all have noticed that prospects have scripts as well?
Yes.
Some of y'all may hear the scripts. You may hear them say, "Oh, we're not interested." Click. That's the same thing that the other agent said. Click. "Oh, I'm no longer selling. I'm no longer interested." And then you see the next week or so, they're on the market. They all have developed scripts. Okay. And what you have to understand is you can't blow past them. You have to engage your clients, your potential clients, your prospects. Engage them in conversation. Do not talk at them. Have conversations with them. Engage in conversations. Don't be so rigid on your script and pushing your agenda for the sake of a close. Conversations are important, and we have to learn how to have them by asking relevant questions in a form of conversation, conversational questions. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next one that we're talking about is calling with clarity and confidence. What this means, okay, the meaning of outbound calling, right? Not what it means by definition, but what it means for the growth of your business. Outbound calling is important for the growth of a real estate business because as I have spoken about in our group and I teach and I coach, we are real estate agents by trade, but what we really do is lead generate. That's the business that we're in. That's what we do. We're not realtors. We're not paper pushers. We're not administrative assistants. We are lead generators. And that's important for us to know. The day that you get the real estate license, I wish that someone would say that, hey, you have gotten into the business. I think this is the only business where we want to think that we're not in sales, but we are actually in sales. And sales come with lead generation. So that's what outbound calling means to your real estate business. It's lead generation. It requires you to have consistency, commitment, and the skill of communication. If you dedicate yourself to outbound calling, you will develop these skills by which forms habits. Habits are required. In order to be successful in outbound calling, you must dedicate time to develop your skills and actually do the work of outbound calls and lead generation. Understood? Everybody know what that is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I want to talk about a case study that's near and dear to me, Caesar Antonello. Okay. Caesar has English as a second language. And he came without having the skill of scripts, right? And since his English was, a little bit not broken, but it wasn't as skilled as he possibly wanted it to be. But this individual came to me 0 listings. Caesar is a very successful listing agent now. He practiced his scripts. He was dedicated. He learned the scripts in English, not Spanish, and he committed his time, and he's now a successful listing agent. So it happens. You have to commit yourself and dedicate yourself to understanding this skill, because it is a skill and it's required with lead generation. So without further ado, we talked about the AAA framework. We talked about the importance of having discipline and having a script. So what I'm giving away today is the Confidence to Close expired script, version 1 in the AAA framework. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Everyone can email me and I will send over the script and the AAA framework in the email. Next thing, Jerome.
And so I need you to disable, please.
I'm stopping right now.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go back a little bit on what Tiffany said. We're gonna share a couple more case studies, and we're gonna take questions if anybody has any questions. Here I go back again, right? Jerome with his hype self. I'm hype like my mom, y'all. So I like energy. Please type yes in the chat if you can see my screen, please. I need at least 17, 16 yeses. We gotta get the chat moving. 12, 13, 14, 7. Okay, look, and we might get 30. So the gifts, Tiffany just mentioned the gifts. We wanted to give you something that you could take away, you could implement. She's going to give you her script. It's a script that a lot of us in the group use, and it's an effective script. She's going to give you the AAA framework. This was one of the things that she put together. We initially met, right? It's how to handle pretty much any call. We're going to offer you. So here's one of the things that we do. People get into the industry, and I had to share that quote about when you want to help people, you tell them the truth, because that's what our group is about. We like to tell people the truth. We're not going to lie to you and say, oh, everything's going to be great. We tell the truth. So I personally, because I love Jim, I love Vulcan, I love the community, I interact on social media a lot with that community. One of the things that I constantly see is people asking for role play partners. It's just this, it's a rat race on finding role play partners. So we have formed and developed a group for role play. If you want to role play situation, we role play expires, but we do some other stuff at other times. If you want access to that group, I'm going to share my email address a little bit later. You can have access. We don't share the link because we have guidelines, and we want people that know what they're getting into when they're going to role play with us, because we don't lie, right? When people join that group, one of the first things they say, Yukiko, are you here, Yukiko? Can you unmute?
Yes, I'm here.
I don't know. So when you first joined our group, people kept, I don't know how to say this. You would get feedback from other agents. What did they tell you?
I was too wordy.
No, not ECC. other groups before you came to ECC?
What kind of feedbacks I was getting? You're doing good, something like that.
Right, you did great. You did great. They were lying. They were saying what you wanted to hear, and it was not helping you. They were
Exactly.
lying. So that's one of the things about our group. We tell the truth, and some people don't appreciate the truth. We appreciate. So we got to let people know what they're getting into. We tell them that we're honest. But you grow. You've seen some of the successes a little bit earlier. You grow from coming with us. Raquan, I can't remember exactly when he came to the group, but that brother was all over the place. We're still working on him, but he's having success. We're still, a lot of us are still working, but we're having success because of the accountability, the camaraderie, the truth that we're telling each other. So we're offering exclusive access to our group. It's a free group. We're not charging or anything right now, but we don't let everybody in because we are very honest about how to role play and your feedback. Number 4, what we're going to give you is I write 1 book per year. So I'm not sure if this is the title yet. I'm gonna put some pressure on Tiffany. We've been talking about writing a book together for a year. We've been talking about it for a year. I gotta get this book finished, Tiffany. So at least in 2020, by 2026, there will be a book about how to prospect successfully in real estate from me. Hopefully Tiffany is involved, hopefully, right, ma'am?
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna give you access to that, and you'll get this free. If you told me, Jerome, I saw the webinar, you said you were doing a book, I want the book for free, I'll send it to you. But we gotta finish it. It'll be finished by 2026. The other giveaway we're gonna give you is slides. We're gonna give you the slides, which will include the resources, the scripts, and you can go deeper on some of the case studies and the videos that we've included in the slides. And here's my email address. Tiffany mentioned she dropped her email address in the Zoom. If you email me, I'll make sure she gets your email and vice versa. We'll make sure you get everything that you need. Just email me. That's my email address there. This will also be included in the slides. So the last E stands for ECC. That's our group. Now, Tiffany said that we were called East Coast Closers. We're not anymore. We don't have a definite name yet because we're working through it. We started as East Coast Closers, but the group is becoming so effective and so powerful across the nation that I don't want to call it East Coast anymore. What I've been calling it is Effective and Confident Closers, but we haven't made it official yet. So the last E stands for ECC, and I want to share, Tiffany, I'm going to call on you to share Brian's story because you're both in Central Time Zone, and you're the one that introduced him to our group. Tiffany, it's on you for Brian.
Yeah. So I was part of another coaching group, and I remember Brian so clearly. And it's funny because when he talks about it, it's kind of, different. But I remember that we had to introduce like our listings and stuff. And I actually hold at least 26 listings or more consistently. And I remember when they got to me and they asked me how many I had, and Brian said that he kind of raised up like, oh my God. So him and I had a conversation because Brian at that time was working with this previous coaching group. It was a group that we met every Thursday. And he was working with a buyer. He was working with buyers. And I remember specifically he was working with this one buyer that was running him all over the place. And I remember seeing him and I'm like, man, this is a big, strong guy. He needs to be, really on his listing game and taking care of business and real estate. And that's what I thought at that time, not knowing that we were going to connect. Well, he called me one night and we were talking. I introduced him to ECC and the rest has been history. And Brian at this particular time, I think Brian has, is Brian on here?
James, are you here? Is he
Yes.
here? Alicia?
Yes.
Okay, Brian, how many listings you have currently?
I had 20 when me and you last talked, but I have like 16 now.
He has 16 listings. And Brian, at the time that I met Brian, how many listings you had at that time, Brian?
I think one.
And what was your business at that moment? What did it consist of?
Consist of buyers.
Buyers.
Buyers trying to get friends and stuff. So, like they said, your spear and stuff like that. Just a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's what I love about ECC is we kind of we're just the stepchild of I would call we're the stepchildren of prospecting because we bust it all open. Sphere and we let you know that you need to be on the phone, outbound calling. It doesn't matter what anyone says. The day you get that real estate certificate, that's what you do. Your lead generator, and we teach that. And Brian, thank you so much because Brian is a sure example of changing from a buyer-focused business to a listing-focused business. And why can we spend time on ECC? Because we list. That's why.
Right. And
thank you.
Skanes, we got this inside saying where we say cut the stuff. I like to say cut the fluff, and that's what happened. Brian, he cut the fluff. They're telling you, like and trust, and call your spirit. They're telling you these different things to sell you a dream. We're not here to sell a dream. We're here to tell you the truth, and you can see the truth in our.
Brian has his hand up, Jerome.
Hey, I just wanted to add, it's been about a year and like a month or two. So yeah, so it ain't been long.
It has not been long.
Thank you, sir. So here is the last gift. You want to know how this works? This is and Trevor, I'm sharing this for you too, just in case some of the Vulcan people want to send some people over to our group and those people want to get some wins like us. This is the schedule that we have. It's always working. We do have a website, but we don't share it to the public because of the stuff that I mentioned a little bit earlier. We want people to know what they're getting into. We want people that are dedicated. We want people that are serious, that are committed. Like, I'm in this for the long run. Dedicated, right, disciplined, and determined. So we only share this with people that show that inkling of that. This is our schedule. You have access to this. If you talk to me, we'll let you know how you can join this group. But we meet every morning. We're a family here. There's a lot of people I see here that came to support me. Alicia, Skanes, Yukiko. Like, we have a family here in this group. Like, we work in real estate. We got a virtual family here. So I'm just going to recap. These are the 4 secrets we went through. Number 1 was the mentality. That mentality is so important. Make sure you're dedicated, determined, and disciplined. Number 2 was the AAA, Tiffany.
The AAA framework: acknowledge, ask relevant questions, and assume the close. And
then number 3, that was you too, clarity and confidence.
Yes, clarity and confidence. This is new. This is something that's new that we just started. Consistency, communication, and commitment. And you need those 3 to form habits that we are we think very strongly of.
And then number 4, which is the bonus, that's our accountability and role play group. Again, we're not selling it we're not trying to sell you anything. We do have coaches, we do have courses, we do educational sessions. We're not trying to sell you, but anybody is welcome to join our accountability group. It is free, but you must be dedicated, determined, and disciplined to join our group. No, you can't. Not any old body can come up in our group, and that's why our group is so strong.
They can come, they may not stay.
They may not stay. That's true. So here's some. I'm not going to go into all of these case studies. Hey, I got you up here, but I'm not going to go into all these examples. But we have so many wins in our group. It's so many wins. It's like it's hard to keep up with them. It's just so many wins. We can look at a little bit later on your own time. But since we formed this group, it's like win after win after win after win. So many wins in our group. And I like to share what other people say, not what I say, because people don't typically believe you. They believe what other people say. So these are all wins you can sift through. You can see all of the wins. I only shared the recent wins for the most part with you today. We have wins that go back
way
to
back.
The foundation of ECC. So all of that proof is here. I'm big on proof. You don't always need proof, but I do. I'm a proof person. And I'm proving to you that what we're talking about and the things that we do today will help you win. If you can be dedicated, disciplined, and determined. You gotta have that. So I would like to open up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Trevor, do you have any questions?
Not seeing any hands raised just yet.
Nobody have a question?
What's your role play schedule look like?
Say that again, Frank. What did he say?
It's raining real hard here. I said, what's your role play schedule look like?
A role play schedule?
Yeah.
Let me.
You want to answer that, Jerome?
Where are you, Skanes? Are you in the car?
I'm right here. I'm finna get in the car. Well, yeah. What's that?
I wanted you to do the how you do the announcements.
Come on, Deacon Skanes.
Skanes.
All right, ECC. We get our day started every morning at 6:30 to 7. From 6:30 to 7 on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, we have open discussions. On Wednesday, we have the book club. And Alicia, tell us about our book and what page we're on. Is Alicia here?
Yes, the book is called Objections by Jed Blunt. We just wrapped chapter 8. We are on chapter 9. Chapter 9 is Avoiding Objections is Stupid. So that's where we're at in the book, and it's called Objections by Jed Blunt.
Okay. On Thursday, we have our listing presentations. We have a super closer, and I think for this Thursday, our super closer is going to be Bill. So we welcome you all here Thursday to hear Bill, the super closer, so you can get an example of what a perfectionist listing presentation should sound like. And on Wednesday, what's that? Did I miss Wednesday?
No, you
Oh no,
couldn't
we
miss
did Wednesday. All right. So here's the thing: we're going into what we do next from 7 to 8, which is a role play. Now we do that every day. We go into different breakout rooms of role play. But on Wednesday, we have something very, very special.
Yay!
We have our Women's Wednesday, and if Candace is here, Candace is going to tell you more about our Women's Wednesday.
Hello, everyone. On Wednesdays from 7 a.m. to 7:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come together for Women's Wednesday. It is a place and a space where we come together. We are taught, inspired, motivated, encouraged, educated. The list goes on, and we will pivot from that based on the needs of the women. Okay? And we like to say that what happens
we
in
gotta do it how we do it at the group. We pivot unmute, ladies. Unmute.
Okay. Unmute.
We pivot based on the needs
of
the
women.
That's right.
Women. And we love to say that what happens in the women's room does what?
Stays
in the women's room. Stays in the women's room. So if you know someone, if you know a woman that's trying to grow their business through outbound calling, send them our way. Next Wednesday at 7 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, you forgot something. I want the whole play. If you want the whole play, what we do next?
And we do this because
we have a meeting.
Be that crystal.
All right, ladies.
Thank you.
So right after that, no problem. Thank you. Right after that, we go to our most important part of the day, which is prospecting. That's why we do this. We definitely want you to get an appointment. We prospect from 8 to 12. Then right after that, we go into what we call the gauntlet. It's another form of role play. It's just a little bit more hard hitting, because if you have an objection or something that you couldn't overcome during your prospecting, bring it to the gauntlet. We'll help you with it so that you'll be able to overcome that objection in the future. Right after that, we have a prospecting room from 5 to 8. That's your second time to get an appointment. So if you didn't get one early, come to the prospecting room from 5 to 8. It'd be a lot of people on. You get a lot of people to answer the phone. So we welcome you there. And then right after that, we just want to remind everybody, if you continue to do what you're doing, if you continue to prospect twice a day, if you continue to role play twice a day, if you continue to come to our listing presentation, if you continue to come with us with the book club, what's going to happen? You're going to do what?
Get accident.
There you go, ECC. There you go, ECC. All right. Then we usually have a quote of the day when somebody says a quote just to inspire us before we get on the phone. And Tiffany, since we don't have a quote today, we definitely want you to do what you do in the end.
We're going to do the quote.
We're going to do the quote?
We got a question.
No. Let's go ahead and do Latrell do the quote since he did the quote today.
Terrell?
Okay. I know you got shy, brother.
You know I'm not shy. Come on now. Okay, the quote of the day is: small disciplines repeated with consistency every day leads to great achievements gained slowly over time. And that's by John C. Maxwell.
And then he does what? Did you do Terrell next? Got to pass the mic.
Well, pass it to Matt. He got a question. Then we gon' then you
right.
can pass it. Matt.
So yeah, I raised my hand when Jerome was like, if anyone has a question. My question was, Jerome, what got you into real estate?
What got me into real estate? So I had that like part of my presentation. It's kind of, I hate this phrase and this quote. People say, "What's your why?" But it's my why, my family. It got me into real estate. I did not have a father, so I made a lot of mistakes, and I was paying a lot of child support. A lot of child support, and I couldn't make ends meet. So I was like, I need to make this work. And I Googled like how to make money, and I found Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book. Robert Kiyosaki, I found that book, and he got me interested in real estate. And I ended up signing up for a coach, and that's what got me into real estate. So
that's
the
awesome.
short version. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I love how you have a story back behind it too. It makes it more authentic, and it's part of you, which I really like.
Yes, and I was about your age, but I was so broke. And Marquine's not here. Oh, he is here. I was so broke, I wouldn't be able to afford coaching. So I had to save up for 2 years just to get a coach, and then that's when I was able to get into real estate. So that's what got me into real estate.
I appreciate you sharing that, Jerome. It's great to have a mentor like you in this team.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any questions or comments?
Any questions? Because we about to close. Any questions? Any questions, y'all?
I don't really have a question. I just want to say thank you, Jerome and Tiffany. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate I like the new name, Jerome. So I'm hoping that will get implemented. But thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you, Alicia.
We'll talk about it in leadership. He done something out on us. Go ahead, Frank.
Thank you, guys. Also, I don't know if Saturdays was left out of that, Bryant, or not for a reason.
Yeah, we don't have them anymore, Frank.
Yeah, we used to do something every Saturday, which was either educational or we do role play again on Saturday. We just took a lot of time, so right now we're not doing Saturdays right now.
All right.
But hey, let me say this. Let me go back then. But we do have, if you want to do some listing presentation practice, we have that available on Saturday and Sunday. So we can do that on Saturday and Sunday though. And I might start adding that to the announcements.
Tiffany. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marquand.
Yes, I would say, Mark, I want to piggyback on what Brian said about the listing presentation. If you out there struggling and you know that you hesitate when you're in front of those sellers, come to the listing presentation and present your presentation to us. We'll give you the honest feedback and we'll give you the pushback as a real seller if you was on the presentation. So when you go out there, it'll be like a pig. It'll be like a pig in a blanket with it. Easy for you.
All right.
Tiffany, before you do your dramatic exit, can you tell them what you mean by happy hunting and then do it?
Yes, happy hunting. So as Brian said, we have a schedule. It's from 8:00 a.m. until 12 o'clock. So what I mean by happy hunting is because I always used to have this saying that we hunt what we eat. So that's where the happy hunting come in at. Because we at ECC, no matter what the acronym means right now, but we at ECC, we happy hunt. We hunt what we eat. So that's where it comes from. So y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Happy
hunting!
Let's go hunt.
Eat what you kill in real estate.
There you go. You got it, man.
Thank you, Matt. Trevor, we're all done. Thank you for having us, Trevor. We really appreciate it. You have any final thoughts?
Yeah, just a couple things. First of all, thank you so much, Jerome and Tiffany, for this masterclass. This was so informative. This was so beneficial. And I love the community. I love the energy. And this is what we've just thrived off of in the Take 52. They've been such vital pieces in our Take 52 listings community. Jerome and Tiffany have also been great on being able to also advocate on behalf of like Vulcan 7. and they've been successful by actively prospecting on the listing side. So I've shared the link a couple of times in the chat, but if you're considering on getting on the listing side, actively working with expireds, with FSBOs, or getting on prospecting, take advantage of Jerome's link here. I'll post it one more time in the chat. But if you sign up and you're a new sign up on your first month, we'll knock $100 off your first month of service for the top producing contact data and CRM dialing system out there available. And then we're going to have plenty. We already have plenty of more of these masterminds lined up with great guests. Well, the next one's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks, so you'll see notifications about that on our Facebook group as well as another advertisement. But again, thank you so much, Jerome, and thank you so much, Tiffany, for this masterclass. So we're
welcome, sir.
Absolutely. You guys have a great rest of your day.
All right.
All right.
Trevor.
Thank you.